Oh, wow, yay, here we are. It's my first live on YouTube. Wow. So, I don't know if this microphone's working. This is all new. All right, well, Satnam, here we are. Hi, my name's Sacha. If you're new to my channel, I wanted to welcome you. Tell a friend. This is definitely a project that I plan to keep going for a while. So I guess today's a production day. That's why I'm here at People's Yoga. This is a studio that I work with and I teach virtual yoga. So I teach from my living room in my house. But today I wanted to come into the studio so I can film a bunch of new content for you all. So I'm going to tune in. This is basically a warm-up video. I wanted to introduce myself and try out YouTube Live. If you're here watching live or later, welcome. You can join me to tune in, or I'll just do it myself with the Adi mantra, Om Namo Gurudev Namo. This is a moment to just recognize ourselves, acknowledge and honor ourselves, recognize the divine light and teacher and wisdom within ourselves, know ourselves better than anyone else can. So when we tune into that, then it helps to guide our whole practice. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Here we go. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. So that's that. We're tuned in. Here we are, Satnam. Today is a full moon. We are in Cancer season. It's the summer. I'm a little almost like, ooh, full moon energy. I'm doing a full moon ceremony this evening that my friend Karen is leading. She's a great teacher. And just now I got off a call with another group of really amazing women, magical people and yogis who are creating this 30-day daily practice group to bring in more luck and ease into life. So I'm super excited. I always identify with the luck, let's just say. I do feel like I'm lucky and that, I have a right to good fortune and that I should expect, good luck and for things to work out. But I've never done a 30-day practice around it. And I think the ease is also an interesting point that I will spend more time, contemplating and getting into. As luck is one thing, it almost feels like it's a little outside of us. Like I am welcoming in luck, right? It's all around me. It flows to me. It comes to me. But when I think about ease, it's kind of like that. I have to do that myself. I have to create ease myself. Inner peace is an inside job, as you might know. And if you don't know, now you know. Inner peace is an inside job. So, like I said, this is a warm-up video. Today I'm here to record. I'm going to do a couple instructional videos. I'm thinking the Ego Eradicator, it's just a classic Kundalini yoga exercise. Why not? And a healing meditation, Rama Dasa. I have a video that's 22 minutes long of the meditation mantra. So I want to have an explanation that goes with it so that you all can practice on your own in the classic way. You can also practice on your own in whatever way you want that works for you. I think that's the interesting thing about yoga traditions and these lineages and how it's good to learn them, right? I think it's great to take the time to learn something that has been passed down because then we can continue to pass it down. So I like to think of that as like the classic teachings, and it's not just that, it came from this one teacher, it's their teaching. It's things that have been in the ethers and that spiritual have been working with, dealing with for centuries and centuries and centuries. So keeping those lineages alive is really important to me. Then I also know that I'm part of that lineage. And so exercising my creativity around ritual and practice is also really important. Someone passed by the door. So anyway, I'm super happy to be here. This is People's Yoga, by the way. I'll just show you. We're not in session, but this is the front. There's all my stuff for the production day. This is the set. So if you come on live Zoom classes with People's Yoga, or if you do the recording later, you'll see this background for your teacher. And then that's the rest of the studio. I've done quite a few workshops here and love it. I love the place. The owners are awesome. So I'm really happy to be here. Like I said, wanted to just turn on this live to see how it goes. Introduce myself a little more. Okay, so my name's Sacha, and I'm a yogi and a yoga teacher, an artist, a teaching artist, and all types of cool stuff like that. A healer as well, and I'm very involved in healing justice and how our healing practices need to come like more into society so that there really can be healing and justice in our lifetime. I started practicing yoga when I was born, or before that even. My parents I've always been into it. But as an adult, I started practicing yoga in college. And after my first 4 years at a really corporate consulting firm, that was my first job out of college, I started to get this overwhelming, like, I need to change something. This is not it. There's got to be more to life, that kind of thing. And that led me, also pushed by a breakup, which can be really helpful for big life transformations. That led me to Yogi Hari's ashram, which I have some videos about Yogi Hari. You can check them out. Amazing teacher, yoga guru, just like, I love Yogi Hari. He's taught me so much and really made me fully aware and actively living in my divineness, myself as God, as an aspect of God, as one piece of this larger whole, and like what that means and how it's kind of intense because it creates responsibility, right? We have to show like, well, if I'm God and part of God, what does that mean? But he's never wavered from his messages. I went back there last November for a 3-week advanced training, which was 300 hours in 3 weeks. Between those two, so let's say I started with him, that was my first teacher training. Most recently, that's when I did as well. In between those 7 years, I've also practiced and trained in Kundalini yoga, which is kind of a whole nother flavor, but obviously not that different. We're all talking about yoga here. I actually have an episode on my podcast called What Type of Yoga Do You Practice? And I have this whole analogy of like yoga style is like a style of cuisine, right? It's all food. If you just took ingredients and ate them, it would be food. But when you add certain spices, it makes it a Japanese cuisine or Indian or Mexican, right? So you can have very similar components and ingredients show up very differently based on who kind of took it on. So that's kind of where my food analogy comes from as far as flavors and styles of yoga. But Kundalini yoga is very special and very codified, we could say. There's a lot of ritual around how it is done, and that really does help us get the maximum benefits. So it's almost 10 minutes. I'm gonna say bye. But I also wanted to mention, obviously this is not a big live, there's not really much folks here, but you might be watching this later. And if you are, you can ask a question, because then in a couple weeks I can come back on and do another live, and then there will be some questions ready for me, hopefully. So I'm going to say one long Satnam to end this warm-up video. Thank you so much, YouTube, for having me. Satnam. Satnam means truth. Sat, truth is my name. Nam, name or identity. So when I say Satnam, I'm affirming myself and my truth and everything that I am. Sant Nam. Satnam, Satnam. Thank you, thank you, thank you. See you next time.